All right. So we're gonna train some arms today. Did some shoulders yesterday, so we're gonna get on the arms and then do some cardio. The video yesterday was absolutely terrible. Parts of it, which you'll be seeing this video days after the other one was made, but I was so freaking brain dead in that video. I don't really normally watch my videos after, I just do them, put them up, don't really give a shit. But I can't remember when I started watching it because I knew that I couldn't get my words together properly yesterday. I wanted to see how bad it really was, and when I watched it, I was like, "You are an idiot." So I was close to taking it down just because of how stupid I looked, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. That's life. That's how shit is sometimes, and it is what it is. So today I'm a little bit better. Food's way higher than it was yesterday, so my brain's actually functioning now. So I feel way better, and hopefully I'll be able to keep my words and sentences going today. So like I said, we're gonna do arms. We're gonna warm up first, and then get into some working sets after. I think if you see my videos, that's how much most of them are. They're just get warmed up first and then start pumping the weight. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna use the rope today and just get warmed up here. That's enough of that. Let's shoot her up. So, yeah. So yeah, it's always good to pump the blood into the muscle you're gonna be focusing on that day, and get it warmed up real well before you get into those working sets of heavy weight, just to prevent injury. To me, that's the best and only way to do it. I've never seen anybody get, well, you can get hurt no matter what doing anything, but I know a lot of people go out and roll around and stretch and do all that shit, and it doesn't change anything. You could say the same for warming up the muscle group. You never know when something's going to happen, but to me, the only way to warm up is to actually get that muscle physically warm that you're focusing on, and the only way by doing that is to get that done is by high volume, pumping a lot of reps into that muscle group and filling it full of blood. So let's do her again. I had a little clicky thing to turn on and off the camera, but I seem to have lost it, just like I've lost everything else the last 4 weeks. So I don't know where that went. And I have microphones, which I used on the last video as a test, and it worked really well. And for some weird reason, I charged them for that video, and I went to use them today, and they're dead. So I got to figure out, I should have probably charged both microphones so I had a backup, but whatever. I wasn't, oh God, I gotta sneeze. You don't see that every day. that was awesome. Oh, I gotta sneeze again. The whole inside of my shirt is covered in snot right now. Probably. Just joking. All right, let's do this again. I need a little break. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna grab some water. We're gonna do one more set, and we're probably gonna do a drop with it or some sort of intensifier with this last guy. All right, so tomorrow's Thursday, and normally what I do on Thursdays on Instagram is I do a open question thing on my here we go on my Instagram story. So basically I put a post up saying, you know, questions, fire away. And I used to do it every Thursday, and I get a good response from it. I'd say 50% of it's like joking questions and the other 50's training questions. But it is we get a lot of feedback on it and stuff. So I stopped doing it every week, and I started going every 2 weeks pretty much on it, just to keep it so it wasn't getting overplayed. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. If you've got any interesting questions, go to my Facebook page, Rhinos Fitness. And if you're not following us or whatever on there, start following us. It's fun. And again, you can ask questions, we can go back and forth. I post the answers, I post the questions. So it's all up there. So it's just a fun way for me to kind of pass the day while I'm working out by answering these questions. I actually help with some questions that people might have that are serious questions, and some that aren't serious questions. They just make me laugh. So that'll be tomorrow. So if you got anything, go to Rhinos Fitness on Instagram, and yeah, hit us up. Back her off a bit, or drop set, whatever you want to call it. Oh. Woo. All right, that's the first movement exercise done. So now we're going to move on to a bicep movement. I'm going to set that up, probably on this cable too. We're going to do some preacher curls, and get the same thing. We're going to feed that muscle, get it warmed up, and then move on to some working sets. So I'm going to grab this bench, hook it up, and we're going to go from there. There we go. So, there's some water. We're going to do some preachers next. Basically, we're doing them from here, just because I don't have a preacher curl machine in my gym. So we use a preacher bench, I hook it to a cable, straight bar, same shit. Big fan of bench supported anything. That's just water. Keeps you locked in, okay? So I'm a big fan of it. For arms, especially. There's 100 different ways to lock your arms in. Benches, preacher benches, just normal machines that are either preacher curl or just straight bench ones that you're curling out like this with your arms supported here. Concentration curls. I mean, seated, you're even locked in. Like the list goes on. So I'm a bigger fan than any for biceps than I am for just like standing and doing them or whatever. So if you don't do them, try them. Try them. See what you think. Now my nose is fucking ready. Crank that weight up a little bit more, just to get out of that warm-up stuff. We'll take a break. Alrighty. Look. So I got my little microphone back on, so now you can hear me snort and fart and all that stuff. Breathe. You're going to hear me breathing quite heavy now that this is on. No matter what, even when I'm not training, I'm always short on breath. I have lung issues. I've had them forever. I've got scarring in my both lungs from bad pneumonia 5-6 years ago. So when people are like, why are you breathing so hard? Which I've heard before on Instagram and that sort of thing when I'm talking. It's just how I am. It's how I get my air out, and it gets worse when I'm training. So that's why you can hear me. I'll be talking sometimes just to the camera or whatever, and I'll be like, I don't realize how loud it is all the time, or if I'm even doing it until I'm there. But it is getting better. Last year was the first year I never had to go into the doctor every Friday for when it's really bad. They stick me on this machine and it clears up lungs and all this other. I can't remember the name of it right now. Defibrillator could be, I think. So it's getting better slowly. But if I'm puffing and I'm not doing anything, it's not just because I'm fat still. Oh yeah, nice. We're gonna go up and wait a bit more and do another set, okay? Alrighty. Got this up to 110 now. On here, we started at 90, so this is where we are. I think this is our last set. I think. Oh! Ugh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do a back off. That was gnarly. Sorry about my fat ass in front of the screen. Oh man. Holy moly, that was good. That felt really good. Really connected. Oh shit. Alright, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna set up, I think we're gonna do some dips next and get that set up. Have some water and kill some more triceps, I guess. I gotta turn this off. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do some dips on my dip machine. We're gonna do a superset with straight arm, straight bar tricep push down. It's a superset. So my goal is to do this as my working set. This is the bulk of this exercise. So 10 to 15 reps on this guy, and we're going to superset it, like I said, with straight bar tricep push downs. And then that part of the exercise, the goal is anywhere from 6 to, I want to keep it between 6 and 8 reps, just to get more length out of this exercise. It's not like I'm going right into the next, like supersetting this into a full rep range of 10 to 15 also. It's just to add to this guy. So I'm going to try to show it to you with the camera, which could be fun. But yeah, that's the goal. This is a superset. So I'm going to do 3 sets of these guys, okay? Oh, something's caught in my neck. Okay, that weight's got to go up anyway, but we're going to flip this camera around this way now, just so you can see that I'm going to go to this guy. We're going to keep this set going. Oh, it's dark. We'll have to figure this out after. Just keep hammering it. 1. Now you can see both weights are too light. This was supposed to be between 6 and 8. That was supposed to be between 10 and 15. And I believe I could have done 20 over there and probably could have done another one over here. So we're just going to change the situation by adding more weight to both, right? So I'm just going to kill this and I'm going to set up more weight. All right, so like I said, I took this weight up. So we got 6 plates on here, and I got 130 pounds on the stack. So this will bring me more down into that 8 to 12 rep range, I'm sure of now. And that should be enough to tire me out enough. So when I go over the superset, the second part, I'm only in that 6 to 8 range. So that's the key here. I don't believe in leaving anything in the tank, like reps in reserve and stuff like that. That's just not how I grew up training. I always want to push every set, even if it's too light. Even when my weight goes up and strength goes up, I'll still just take the rep range up more and then switch the weight. I'll never just be like, oh, I'm going to keep a couple in the tank for when I get heavier. I don't work that way. But I kind of get it for some movements. Like I've done it once or twice for incline bench, where I was at like 2.5 plates a side, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go up to 3. So I'm going to only do 6 of these guys. And to be honest with you,
it doesn't matter if I'm doing 10, 6, 12. I'm still going to get the same amount out of that working set, or to failure on the working set. It's not going to matter if I stop early and keep some in the tank, or if I go right to failure on that set. The next one's going to be the same no matter what for me. And I know it is because I've done it. I just always think it's how much time under tension and how much pressure you're putting on that muscle to grow. And when you're leaving stuff in the tank, I don't think it's what we need to do. But I mean, I get it though too. Like, so to each their own. I'm not saying there's any. I just know what works for me and what I prefer. Because stopping also makes me feel like I'm half-assing it too. So then you get that mental part. It's like, and I don't like that when I'm in the gym. Even walking out the door going, did I do enough today? If you're questioning yourself like that, he didn't do enough today, you know? So those are the feelings I don't want to have leaving the gym. All right, it's going to be heavy. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Oh. Oh. Oh, motherfucker. Perfect. Now let's try to show you this. So we're going to come up. Does this help? I would say no, but I'm going to go ahead anyway because I don't want to take too much time. Perfect. Failure. That's what you want as a superset. And that's what we did. So we marked that off. We're going to do one more set of these guys. Fuck. And then go into a bicep movement of some sort. No idea what yet. So let's take a break. All right, this is the last set of these guys. Trying to get you a different angle. Problem is with my windows here, just the light just takes over everything. So we're gonna finish again with this one. Same thing, same weight. Knock these out and do some biceps. Then we're done. I'm gonna do cardio. And then I gotta go back to work for 7 more clients this afternoon. I've already seen 4 this morning. Man, it's hard getting out of bed right now. I just want to sleep. That's life. All right. Fuck. As soon as I touched that felt heavy that time. I don't think I rested long enough, but whatever. Oh yeah, I gotta bring you over here. Let's do this. This is the best view of, best camera views you can have on any social media. Like, this is professional right here. I don't fuck around. Just joking. all right, those are done. This beard is getting outrageous again. Okay, so we're gonna kill this, do some biceps next, wrap this session up. All right, we're gonna do something I haven't done for a while. We're gonna do some bicep, single arm cable bicep curls. I don't know what I'm gonna do for intensifier right now. It'll come to me. But I don't think I've done these for a while. I like them. They give me a good squeeze. I like to use the fat grips with them sometimes too. So you're curling with a grip like this, pretty much, which I find really goes to your forearms a bit more and the front head of your biceps. Just a different feel. But I'm going to use normal handles today. I'm going to see how this feels. There's been some issue of late. I took a rest day Monday. My bicep tendon's been really giving me some issues. And then it's it's hard to explain. So sometimes I have to go really slow. And I might have explained this on a different video, or maybe I was just talking to somebody. But without getting my shoulder and too much on my tendon, I have to really go extremely slow and concentrate on the bicep itself. Now, saying that, it's not too bad today, so I'm going to just rip it and see what happens. But if you notice I just slowing down to a crawl, that's why. Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, it's good. At the end, you could feel it. This is extremely lightweight. And at the end, I could start feeling it come up. I don't think I'm going to be doing any intensifiers with this one today. I think we're just going to finish with these ones. And again, I'll hit arms probably again on the weekend. So I'm not always worried about pushing through things sometimes. The goal is to do arms again on the weekend, so I'll give it a 3-day rest and then hit it again Saturday or Sunday, maybe. Again, we'll see how the body feels. I took a rest day Monday. It was terrible. I was so beat up after the weekend. It was phenomenal. Like I haven't felt like that for a long time. My body was screaming for a break. And I was telling a client, it's like, dude, I used to train like 20 some days straight before taking a break. Now, I'm not saying that's smart. Okay. And those 21 days were active rest days, some of them, meaning I would still go in and do like cardio and a slight lighter movement on whatever I was trying to bring up at the time. Now, 2 weeks, if I go 2 weeks straight, which I won't do dieting at all right now, I'll make sure I'm getting 1 day off a week for sure, if not 2. But I mean, I don't even know if I could go 7 days straight right now, if I wasn't cutting. So I don't know, whatever. It is what it is, and you need the time off. So I just like to keep going until the body says, fuck, no more. But in prep, you can't be like that. You need to rest more. You're in a calorie deficit. Things aren't working the way they should be all the time. You're in a more vulnerable, I can't say that word. Vulnerable. All right, that's the name of this video. State. So you got to be careful that way, especially with huge compound movements. You don't want to be moving things too ridiculous and not have enough time off and rest. And that's when something bad's going to happen. And you're in a deficit. And we're in a big deficit right now. For me, this early on, which I needed. Like I keep telling everybody, this off season, putting on weight was the worst one I've ever done. It was sloppy. It got out of hand. And a lot of it had to do with the people I was around and hanging out with. And it's, I'm an adult at the end of the day, and I'm like, whatever, I can get it off. I've done this 100 times. I don't care if I eat that or eat this. And it wasn't that I was eating shit all the time. I was clean from Monday to Friday. It was the weekend where I was eating out once or twice a weekend. And for me, it's not good. And my calories are very high for me in the off season. 5,000 calories a day is a lot for me. And I put on weight extremely fast. Then you add to that sloppy food. I mean, you could be at 8,000 calories on weekends per day. And it's not good. And I mean, for me, it wasn't as good. I knew that this was going to be a harder cut. And I knew where I was. And I'm not an idiot. I know where I stand. To me, I'm fat. To some other people, it's like, you're not fat. Smarten up. But I know, like, I felt sloppy. I know I was sloppy. I know where I hold it. The other issue with this diet was I was bloated a lot of the time, again, from the shitty food I was eating. So don't be a Ryan in your off season. Be smarter, and I will be smarter next time. This one just got away from me. And again, this shit happens. I mean, I can change it, and that's what I do for a living. So I wasn't stressing about it. I know everybody out there always stresses about food and doing too much, doing not enough. We all just gotta chill. We all just gotta take a step back sometimes and be like, just fix it. I mean, when you're cutting, you're just gonna have to put more work in this time. And that's all I'm doing. My calories are a lot less than they normally would be 6 weeks in. I'm surviving. I'm not dying. You never die. You just have to have the mindset of getting through it, and you'll get through it. I mean, it's that simple. If you want to do it, you'll do it. If you don't, you won't. So it's just a game. Oh, I feel that one. I honestly have no idea how many I just did. I think I went from 9 to 18 in my head somehow, so this is being a problem. That one I felt. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to pound some more water in me, and we're going to do one more set, and then we're going to shut this party down. All right. Let's finish these guys off. Either have a shake, chill for 30 minutes, and get to work for the rest of the day. And then go home, go to bed, do it all over again tomorrow. I think that was around 20. I'm not too sure. So yeah, I kept it real light and slow because of this arm. Tendon's not there yet. It's better than it has been, but the last 2 sets were a little more painful than I was hoping for. So that's a wrap on today's arm day. I'm gonna keep putting up videos. Again, apologize for the last video. That was absolutely horrible. But it's real. I'm not taking it down, not editing it. I've got no problem looking like a moron. I'm good at it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get another one up soon.